Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to this week's Cosmic Energy reading for March the 27th through until April the 2nd. So if you are new here, my name is Kara, and each week when I do these Cosmic Energy readings, I'm studying the astrology, and I'm also sharing channel guidance with you from the Akashic Records to help you co-create with cosmic intelligence. And I love to support the light workers, the healers, the star seeds of this planet in sharing your message, sharing your healing gifts, and receiving abundantly for it. So if that resonates with you, be sure that you subscribe. I would love to support your journey. So before I dive into a day-by-day breakdown, I feel there are some really big highlights to mention right now. So this is why I always like to start with a little bit of background, because it helps us understand the bigger context. In astrology, there's always cycles within cycles that are unfolding. So when we know what some of these big themes are, it makes more sense. And it's just a more helpful way to co-create with this energy instead of just alone looking at the moon sign day to day or the planetary placements day to day. When we have a bigger understanding of the context, it is just super helpful. So the main shift we recently experienced that I know so many astrologers are talking about is Pluto moving into Aquarius for the first time in 2.5 centuries. So yes, this is a game changer. This is a new era that we are entering as a collective. And during this 20-year transit, things are going to transform on such a deep level that we will leave never the same. And we are all part of determining what this looks like. We all play a role. And this really speaks to a shift in leadership, a creation of systems and structures on this planet that support all of us in thriving. It's really a time of power to the people. Aquarius energy is all about community, the groups that we belong to, connecting to our soul family. And this reminder, Aquarius energy is so interesting because it's all about unity, how we connect and come together, how we are all reflections of source energy, yet at the same time, we are all unique. So it speaks to both, and both are a part of who we are. When we incarnate into this body, we have an ego, we take on a personality, we are each on our own soul path and journey. And at the same time, we're contributing to something so much bigger than that. So Pluto in Aquarius speaks to that. I also think it's a time where we are going to see more light workers and more soul-driven leaders unapologetically speaking their truth, no longer holding back, allowing their light to shine, and just showing up, claiming their space, and opening up to abundance. We're going to see wealth distributions with this energy as well. So I'll be talking more about that over time, but keep in mind, Pluto and Aquarius, we are collectively entering a new era. Now, Mars recently moved into Cancer as well after spending the last 7 months in Gemini. Usually it is in a sign for 6 weeks. It was in Gemini for 7 months, retrograding and then in shadow phase. And this kind of contributes to somewhat of a chaotic energy, a feeling of being indecisive. Now, the higher octave of this was also a lot of new ideas flowing in, creative new ideas, big perspective shifts. So now that it's in Cancer, it's shifting more from the intellect into the heart space. And we're very connected to our intuition, to our emotions. So we can feel things more strongly with Mars and Cancer because we are just more connected to our emotions. But I always think, like, good advice anytime Mars and Cancer or not, trust your intuition. Your intuition is a connection to your soul, and it will lead you to your highest path. So always trust where it is guiding you. We are also now in the new astrological year with the shift of Aries, the sun moving into the sign of Aries, Aries being the first sign of the zodiac. It kicks off the new year from the astrological standpoint. And this is about having the courage to follow your path, having the courage to do things your way. I often think things get confusing and we get in this space of indecision when we're just trying to take on too many energies or opinions that are external to our own. Of course, things are going to get confusing when we do that because everybody is filtering the world through their own lens, their own belief system, their own agendas. But the more that you can come back to trusting your heart and taking action from that space, that is the power of this Aries energy, this archetypal energy that exists within you. It's the warrior energy, the courage to go first. Don't like stand frozen, looking around, wondering what to do next. Go inward, trust your heart, and then boldly, courageously take action. So that's just a little bit of the background of the energies this week. And now we're going to go into more day by day. So the 27th, March 27th, Monday, we begin the week with the moon in Gemini. So there's this playful element of exploring new ideas, seeing things through a new perspective, seeing things through a new lens. Moon in Gemini is great for that. What's also coming through in the records for all of my spiritual business owners is to have fun playing with new ideas and concepts without attachment to it. So just play around with different possible programs that would be fun to share, different ways of creating content that would feel really good and expansive without attachment to any of it. Like the moon in Gemini is just very playful. It's very good for brainstorming, bringing on new ideas. Now, Tuesday, the 28th, we have a few really powerful aspects this week. So the first one is on Tuesday with Mercury conjunct Jupiter in the sign of Aries. And this is a lot of passion. This is a lot of energy. This is really about having the courage to speak your truth, not holding back, knowing that your message is valuable. It is needed in the world. It's about having a bigger vision as well, being able to see beyond what is to what is possible thanks to Jupiter. Mercury governs our mindset, our thoughts, our beliefs, and Jupiter is about taking the knowledge that we have and turning it into wisdom. It is about the bigger vision. So when they come together in fiery Aries, this is amazing for being able to also see the connection between the actions you take today, what you do today, and how that could pay off a week from now, a month from now, a year from now, 3 years from now. Seeing the bigger picture, really good for seeing the bigger picture. On Tuesday, the moon will also move into Cancer, and this again sparks emotion or intuition. And I think it's a good balance with this Mercury-Jupiter conjunction because it also makes us aware of the power of our words and how they influence people around us, how they influence the way we see things. If you listen to yourself speak, it's a glimpse into what your programming is. When you may become aware of this, you may notice yourself saying certain things at times and you're like, oh, I didn't know I still held that belief, or wow, I could probably see this in a more helpful way. Like we become aware of what our programming and patterns are. On Wednesday, we have Mars trining Saturn. So this is another highlight. The second big highlight of this week is Mars trining Saturn. We're really going to feel this throughout the week, but it's more exact on Wednesday and Thursday. This energy is beautiful here. The word that's coming through around this is devotion. Being devoted to your work in the world, being devoted to the activities and the daily tasks that actually get you the results that you desire. I see devotion as the feminine twist on discipline. Discipline also often has this energy of I'm doing something I don't want to do to get a result that I want to get, but it's this energy of, oh, I don't want to do it. I got to be disciplined. And it puts a lot of pressure on us. Devotion, I feel, is more spacious. When we're devoted to something, it really feels like it activates the heart space. So for instance, when you're devoted to your business, you show up consistently because you're devoted to getting your message and work out into the world. You're devoted to it. When you're devoted to your health, you eat healthy foods, you move your body in ways that feel good because you're devoted to your body. You're devoted to feeling good. I feel Mars trining Saturn here speaks to that. And these are both very different energies. Mars is about action and just going all in, going for it. Saturn is about take your time, get all your ducks in a row, like that very kind of structured energy. But they are both in water signs, and a trine is a very harmonious connection. So I almost see like a softness to this energy based on the signs they are in. I mean, if this was happening in like a fire energy, very different. or even air energy. But the fact that Saturn is in Pisces and Mars is in Cancer, there's a softness to this energy, devotion, being devoted to what you love in the world. It's really good for taking action and building momentum as well, but finding that balance between chaotic energy and taking action without any intention behind it, or just being stagnant and staying stuck in indecision for too long. If you find in your life that things are moving more slowly than you would like, one thing to look at is the pace at which you make decisions in. Do you sit on things for a long time? Does your intuition and heart tell you to go for something, but you question it, you resist it? Of course, that's going to slow things down. I was going to say positive momentum, but I like to stay away from like negative and positive. Helpful momentum is when our intuition or our heart guides us to do something and we don't delay. We follow through, we take action. So that's the energy of Mars trining Saturn here. Now, on Thursday, the 30th, the third powerful aspect of the week, Venus and Uranus conjunct in the sign of Taurus. This is about expanding out of your comfort zone and questioning and looking at your daily routine. Anytime Uranus comes into the mix, it's a call for change. It's a call to mix things up. It's a call to do things differently, especially in Taurus and with Venus here as well. This can be a good energy for looking at where in your life you are stuck in a habit or pattern that once served you very well, but no longer does. And having the courage to make that tweak, to make that change, to do something different, to get a different result. This can also, few different ways this can play out in relationships. If you are in a committed partnership, this can be a call for more adventure, to spice things up, to do something differently. This can be an unexpected romance coming in if you're looking for a partner. Venus also speaks to money and finances. So in your business, this could be like a brilliant idea that drops in that leads to financial abundance. So a lot of fun here with this energy. Now on Friday, we have the moon in Leo trining Jupiter and the sun. So that just keeps the momentum going. That's activated on Wednesday and Thursday. And it really is about adventure, about expansion, about the willingness to try something new. Anytime there's a lot of fire energy, you want to make sure you're harnessing and channeling that energy in ways that really serve you. Otherwise, it can present as a feeling of restlessness, anger, and anxiety. Not that any of those things are innately bad in and of themselves, but it's all just how we channel and work with that energy. Saturday, the moon is still in Leo. So as we move into the weekend, it's that opportunity to welcome more playfulness in your life, to do something fun. I was talking to one of my private clients today about this energy of playfulness as it relates to money, and that the more fun we're having with money, the more it tends to come in with greater ease, or just like we're just in this playful vibe, which is very magnetic. Now we finish the week on Sunday, April the 2nd, with the moon going into Virgo. This is great for planning the week ahead. If you are somebody in your business who likes to batch content, so you like to sit down and plan out your content for the week ahead, Virgo moon, great for that because it's very much about organization and structure. Every time we have the moon in Virgo, I feel this message coming in from the records, but I always feel like it's worth repeating and it's worth sharing. So a moon in Virgo reminds us that it's the daily, consistent, small changes that add up over time that massively transform our life. Little shifts, little changes. It doesn't need to be big, but we just need to commit to it. Be devoted to it. And that's the key, because people fall off. Anytime we are trying to implement or put in place a new habit, initially, those first few weeks are going to be the hardest. because our body is going to want to resist. Our mind's going to want to take us back to the past. But once we get into a new groove and we calibrate to this new way of doing things and our physiology gets on board, it's easier going forward. So this could be with a new diet. You're changing what you're eating, how you're eating. Those first few weeks, your body's going to rebel and freak out a little bit, but then it's going to relax into the new routine that could serve you even more. This is anywhere in our life, right? This can be with meditation. At first, you're like, my mind won't be quiet. I feel like I want to jump right into checking my emails. But over time, you're devoted to no, when I get up in the morning, I meditate before doing anything else. And soon that's just part of who you are. It's just part of how you show up. And when something becomes fully embodied, that's when it's just is who we are. That's basically what embodiment is. It's how we move. It's how we think. It's how we be. And in that case, it's no longer hard. It's because it's who we are. So that is the energy for the week ahead. Some really powerful portals that I mentioned here with those main planetary aspects that can really, really support you in beautiful ways and just moving forward, keeping the momentum going, staying focused on your vision, taking the inspired action to get there. So something exciting I'm doing, I've just, again, talking about inspired actions and ideas and running with it. So I felt called to open up 3 spots for private readings because we are at a time where there is these beautiful portals of opportunity opening and we are in the new astrological year. I've created space to do readings for 3 people who want me to dive into your chart and give you guidance on where these portals are opening up for you and how you can channel this energy to reach your goals. So I'll attach the link below if you want to claim one of those spots. They always fill instantly and I don't often open them up. So check that out. I'll also link below my inner circle as well as my latest creation, Call in Your Millionaire Consciousness in the Akashic Records. So you can check that out and see what most aligns for you at this time on your journey. Sending you so much love and wishing you an amazing week ahead. Bye for now.